in their 80s and their 90s, and most of them are dying off. But what they do have, the thing that keeps getting them booked around the world, is that they have 300 pickled, stillborn babies that are deformed in jars. And this is so common in the industry that these are called pickled punks. And when I sit with the booking agents, they're on the phone saying, so, okay, your show, how many pickled punks do you have? And the moment he quit telling that story, a woman that I've known for years, standing there, said, when I was in school in Essex, in boarding school, one of my favorite teachers, in her 20s, got pregnant out of wedlock. And the school wasn't happy, and she carried the baby almost full term. But she lost the baby just before labor. And she went to the administration and said, I'd like to keep the baby in a jar in my room as a teaching tool. And what are they going to say? You know, fuck no. So they buckled. They said, okay. And for several years she had it on her desk, and she taught with it, until the day, and Sue is telling me this, that one of her classmates who really despised this teacher said, may I carry the teaching tool back to the shelf? And halfway across the classroom, oops. And she destroyed this in front of the teacher and in front of the entire peer group. And more after 100 years of mass media, which only depicts the things that can be depicted on prime time, really only depicts this very narrow segment of human experience, we've come to a point where we no longer accept the enormous range of what it is to be a human being, because we haven't seen it reflected in our culture. Because it can't be used to sell soap, and nobody bankable like Julia Roberts is going to say, yeah, I'll sit there at a desk with a fetus. So books are the only thing that can tell these stories and acknowledge that human experience really is a fantastic, extraordinary thing that doesn't need to be exaggerated in order to be just touching and amazing and funny. So that's why I love books right now. I could tell you a whole bunch more stories, but what I'd like to do is